morning, everybody. Welcome out here to today's video. It is now officially Monster Jam World Finals week, and it is now time for me to give you guys my analysis on everything we know so far about the Monster Jam World Finals, about the new body schemes, the lineups, the track. All that has been revealed from the selection show that happened a very long time ago. I am now finally bringing you my thoughts on it, and let's go ahead and hop straight into my thoughts with starting off with the main field lineup. First up, we've got Blake Granger and Monster My Dalmatian. Now, this is a really good spot. Blake Granger did really great this year, and he's the first ever person to ever win 2 tours in one season, as he is your International Tour and Arena Championship Series East winner, both of which are very well deserved. Blake Granger was really dominant and really competitive no matter where he was competing at or what truck he was in. Didn't matter if he was in the Shark, the Bull, the Spotted Dog. It didn't matter, or Max D. It didn't matter what truck he was in. He just was doing really well. It doesn't matter if he was competing domestically or internationally. He had an amazing year this year. Probably one of his best seasons in Monster Jam yet. Last year may have been a bit controversial for him making it into the World Finals because it's more of a last-minute thing. So we could have a Max D in the World Finals last year. But this year, he truly does deserve it. And I cannot wait to see what Blake Granger. He's got a great truck. He has a great crew chief. And I cannot wait to see what he has in store for us at Monster Jam World Finals this weekend. And let's hope he can walk away with the championship. Next up, we've got Weston Anderson and Gravedigger. Weston has just been off rails this season, as this year you got to compete on Arena Championship Series West and win that tour. And Arena Championship Series West was a great pick to have Weston on a tour like that, because the West Coast arenas I've typically noticed are a bit more larger compared to the ones we see here on the East Coast. So that kind of allowed Weston to kind of spread his wings a tiny bit. While it's not a stadium, he still got a chance to spread his wings, and he did really awesome, competing up against a stacked competitive tour, going against players like Cody Soier, Brianna Mahan, Ashley Sanford, Tim Hall Jr., Devin Winfield, Berto Trevino. Weston just did awesome this year, and he really had to work for this tour win, as it wasn't as easily given to him this year as what it was in the past couple of years. And he was just burning it down the whole year. He did really well in freestyle and got a chance to compete on some of those larger floors like Reno, Tacoma, and Fargo. Some of the more larger arena shows, he got a chance to compete on those tracks. And Weston loves competing on the bigger tracks, especially heading into Monster Jam World Finals, as I feel as if Weston's chance to win a championship this year is higher than ever. And I'm very excited to see what he has in store for us on the track. And I hope he can walk away with a championship this weekend. Especially, he's definitely got a high chance at winning freestyle, especially after some of his performances we saw in Tacoma and Fargo. Next up, we've got John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. has also done amazing this season, and as he made his return to Monster Jam this year after taking the year off last year to compete on the All-Star Monster Truck Tour, this year he came back, and I didn't know if he was going to win the championship this year, because when I saw him competing Monster Jam last year, he just had a lot of truck issues. But in the offseason, they really worked on this truck hard, and they made sure the truck was ready to go for Q1, and John Zimmer Jr. just did absolutely amazing this year. He got a chance to bring home a championship on Arena Series Central on a really tight competitive tour, having to compete up against people like the Robbins brothers, Matt Cody, Jamie Sullivan, Fernando Martinez, John Zimmer Sr. It was a really tough, tight, competitive tour, and John Zimmer Jr. was able to get the win and be the first ever independent to win a tour championship in Monster Jam, which was amazing to see, and we're very, very happy that he was able to do that. And John Zimmer Jr. is finally in the World Finals main field, as John Zimmer Jr. was definitely robbed in 2023 of that main field invite. But now this year he finally got it, and he's going to compete in the big show for the first time. And we cannot wait to see what John Zimmer Jr. can do, especially on this massive, especially on a bigger stadium floor compared to the arenas we've been seeing him compete in all season long. Next up, we've got Tyler Meningga and Gravedigger, the Stadium Championship Series East champion. Tyler Meningga didn't have the season like he did last year. He was plagued with truck problems all season long, but he was still able to have some highlight moments in there and was still able to burn it down in freestyle from time to time, such as in San Antonio, Indianapolis Show 2, Birmingham, and Pittsburgh, and New Orleans. Tyler Meningga was really cooking and just doing really well in freestyle. So, we're happy to see him back in the main field this year. He is the reigning World Finals freestyle champion. So we cannot wait to see what he has in store. And let's hope he has that truck dialed in and ready to go. And let's hope that he has less rear steer issues on his truck, and his truck can hold up together 100% for the entirety of the competition. And coming up this weekend, and I cannot wait to see what Tyler Meningga has in store for us, and let's hope he can try to defend his World Freestyle Championship, or maybe even try to win it all in racing. Next up, we've got your Stadium Championship Series West winner, Tristan England, in JCB Digatron. Tristan England had an amazing year this year on the Reno Series, Stadium Championship Series West. It's definitely a very tough and competitive tour, having to go up against people like Ryan Anderson, Bryce Kenny, Adam Anderson, the whole Tomfoolery Motorsports, Team Overboard, Todd Leuke, Kayla Blood. It was definitely a really tough and competitive tour, and it came down to the last event between him and Ryan Anderson to win this championship series, and he would pull it out, winning his first ever stadium tour. And I'm very proud of Tristan England. He's been consistent all season long, and I definitely see him having a good chance at winning a championship this year, as he's been so consistent in all competitions. And he's very fast in racing. He's won so many skills challenges this year. He just knows how to balance the truck on the front two BKT tires. And he's won, and he's also done pretty well in freestyle as well, always finishing near the top. And so Tristan England is one of the most consistent and best competitors we have in Monster Jam right now. We're super happy he got himself the championship, and he's been to the final round in racing at not the final round, but at least he's been podium. He's podiumed in the World Finals racing competition and has finished in the top 3 in the past 3 years. So we can hope Tristan England can continue his dominant racing streak, and maybe he can leave out of Salt Lake City as a 2-time Monster Jam World Finals racing champion. Next up, we have Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. And, ooh, man, I don't know about this one. I honestly, I just don't think Kristen Anderson deserves to be in the World Finals this year. Kristen Anderson only got 5th place on her tour this year, and she just did not have that many highlight moments. Her biggest highlight that I remember from her this season was that backflip in Baltimore, where she almost kind of under-rotated, and then she kind of bounced on the nose, and then somehow drove her truck into the APAC and kind of flew high in the air, and then went back down onto the ground. And so Kristen, she just didn't have that many highlights this year. She finished in 5th place on her tour, and this just wasn't her best season this year, as she's starting getting used to a brand new Gravedigger chassis with Gravedigger 43. And, 5th place on an arena tour, I don't know if that's good enough to get you into the World Finals. But here she is, but we're hoping Kristen Anderson can prove us wrong, and she can prove why she deserves to be in the big show. And let's hope she can maybe try to surprise us and do well. Maybe she can try to be consistent in racing and can try to make it far in that competition. Or maybe she can try to do something crazy in freestyle and absolutely just wow us fans and blow our minds away. And hopefully she can prove herself that she belongs here in the big show. Like, I know a lot of people back in 2019 were questioning why on earth was Brianna Mahan in the main field back in 2019. And we didn't think it was a well-deserved spot. And then she came out in freestyle and just blew us all away. we definitely changed our minds about her deserving to be in the main field. So let's hope Kristen Anderson can try to have a repeat of that moment here this year in Salt Lake City. Next up, we've got Cody Soier in Dragon. Cody Soier competed on Arena Series West this year and did really well this season. I think this was probably one of Cody's better seasons that we've seen him in the arenas. Probably his best season that we've seen from him ever since 2022. As unlike the past two seasons in 2023 and 2024, Cody actually got a chance to compete on the tour full time without having to go in and do any sort of fill-ins. He made it to every single show, and he needed no fill-ins whatsoever. As he didn't have to go fill in on a stadium tour to drive El Toro Loco or Max D like he did in the previous seasons. So I hope Cody did really awesome this year here on Arena Series West. I think he ended up finishing in, I believe, either 3rd or 4th place on the tour, and he was really competitive all season long, and he just had a really great season. Probably one of my favorite seasons I've seen out of Cody Soier ever since he started driving Dragon, and ever since he's been competing in the arenas. He did really well this year, and I'm hoping to go out to World Finals and have a great World Finals appearance this year, as we're kind of due for a good Cody appearance at World Finals, as previous years have been decent, but we've seen better from him in the past. I want to see Cody go far in the racing bracket, and like how we used to see him back in the old school days in Vegas when he first started competing in the World Finals. I want to see him make it far and deep into the bracket, and I want to see him just lay it down in freestyle. Cody's been really good and consistent in freestyle World Finals, so I'm hoping he can have another great consistent run at Monster Jam World Finals this year. Next up, we've got Brianna Mahan in Scooby-Doo, and Brianna Mahan has done awesome this year. I think she finished somewhere in 3rd or 4th place on her tour, and I definitely can say is that without a doubt, Brianna Mahan was the best, probably one of the best performing female drivers this year. We've seen a lot of great improvements from Brianna this season. Her two-wheel game has increased and has improved dramatically, where she's been getting way better at doing moonwalks compared to what we've seen her in the past, and she's even starting to maybe try to add some combos in there as well, comboing it to try to shift it to the back two BKT tires on a wheelie. And she's also just been killing in freestyle this year, as especially like back in Huntsville Show 1, where she did the consecutive backflip onto a wheelie. That was just really crazy of a move that she did. And then in North Charleston, she also did really, really well, where she had a really cool little one-wheel save, as well as she tried to do some jump off the 8-pack. And Brianna's just been performing really, really well this year, and this is a really, really well-deserved spot. And I hope we can see Brianna Mahan come out here and try to do grain racing, but I really want to see her lay it down in freestyle. I want to see her lay down a run like she had in 2019. I think Brianna Mahan is somebody who's going to fly under the radar this year at Monster Jam World Finals and people's predictions and stuff like that. I think she's going to do really well this year, and she's definitely one to look out for this year in Monster Jam World Finals. Next up, we've got Jamie Sullivan in Sparkle Smash. In this spot, well, some people have questioned it. I think this was a really good spot. Jamie Sullivan has done pretty good this season, and well, maybe not as good as last year when she drove Monster Mutt Dalmatian. She's still done really great this season behind the wheel of the all-new Sparkle Smash, and I'm very excited to see Sparkle Smash make its main field debut this year. And Jamie, she's done really well in this season. She almost got second place on her tour, but sadly lost to Matt Cody in the end. Jamie Sullivan has been performing consistent all season long, and I've really been enjoying her in Sparkle Smash as she kind of gets creative with the glitter cannon, as sometimes she'll just shoot the glitter while mid donut, or maybe she'll do it during a sky wheelie or during a moonwalk. Or sometimes she'll get on top the log and she'll shoot the glitter out the horn, and then she'll try to do a moonwalk or jump straight through the glitter. So she's been really getting really creative and wowing the fans in Sparkle Smash. She's also had some pretty good moments this year, like her forward momentum backflip back in Brooklyn, back in late January. So Jamie Sullivan, had a great World Finals debut last year, making it to round 3 in racing and finishing 4th place in freestyle. So I'm hoping Jamie Sullivan can have some more success at the Monster Jam World Finals this year, and maybe she can even try to walk away with the championship. I just had to go grab some water, everybody, but let's go ahead and continue on with our list. Next up, we've got Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. Ryan Anderson, he's been doing awesome as well this year, as Ryan has definitely had a way better year than what he had last year. He may not have won his tour this year, but he's been performing really well this season, kind of like how we used to see him perform like back in the day, as he really returned to his former self here this year. He's been killing it on Stadium Championship Series West, as Ryan Anderson, I felt like it's as if he just kind of struggled last year because of the track he was on. That track that Ryan was on last year for Stadium West just really didn't scream Ryan Anderson. And to me, it just didn't really fit his driving style. But this track, without doubt, fitted his driving style. He's been getting big air and sending it all season long. And he's also had some this really cool bicycle sidewalls this year, coming from Glendale in the Skills Challenge, Anaheim Show 5 in the Skills Challenge, and of course, the best one of all was definitely his bicycle sidewall from Tampa Show 1 in freestyle. That was really awesome, and that definitely blew my mind this year. And he also had a great bicycle sidewall as well in Atlanta Show 1. And Ryan's been really doing great this all season long in freestyle. He definitely stepped up his game in freestyle starting in Tampa, and he's been doing great all season long. He also had a great freestyle, some pretty cool saves back in Inglewood for the finale of the tour. So Ryan, he's been doing awesome all season long. I've really loved how he's been performing, and he's been doing really great at World Finals these past few years, and I think he's due for another World Finals Freestyle Championship. And I think he's also due for a Racing Championship as well, as he's been bad, fast, and unstoppable in racing this year. So I think this could be the year where we could possibly see Ryan Anderson in the winner's circle in that JCB racing competition. Next up, we've got Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. Adam Anderson, he's had an okay season this year. Well, it's not been his best, as he's trying to get adjusted to driving the new Gravedigger chassis that debuted last year, Gravedigger 42. As he certainly had some problems with the chassis this year, but Adam has still been able to do well in that chassis, and he even picked up some wins this year in freestyle, coming from places like El Paso Show 1, Seattle, Atlanta Show 1, and he also laid down a really awesome freestyle that got second place back in Denver back in late April. So Adam has still had his moments this year, and he also had some really great performances back in Tampa as well. So Adam, he still had his moments, so I'm hoping he can keep his truck together this weekend, and we can see him walk away as a 6-time World Finals champion, as we really want to see Adam do well in freestyle. Adam is kind of like overdue for a great freestyle run at the World Finals. Like, the best we've gotten from him the past couple of years was back in Nashville, which his run from Nashville was pretty good until he broke on the backflip and he couldn't keep going. But he was really having a good run in Nashville until he broke on the backflip. So I'm hoping this year Adam can do well in that freestyle competition, and he can really burn it down for the fans, and we can hopefully see him in the winner's circle. Next up, we've got Todd Leuke in Megalodon. Now, a lot of people may question this spot because Todd Leuke, he hasn't been driving the way we're used to kind of like seeing him drive, as he's just not been doing as good this year. He's kind of like had more freestyles where he's more crawling around the obstacles and not getting the Leuke leaps that we're used to seeing from him in years past. But Leuke, he still has had some good moments this year. I think Leuke was performing pretty solidly from at least Anaheim Show 1 all the way through Anaheim Show 5. He was really doing really well. as he's definitely had some good highlight moments as well, and sometimes where he had some nice saves where he's driving on the ragged edge. And he also got a chance to debut the new Stars and Stripes Megalodon, who he's had some success in, landing a very clean consecutive backflip back in Seattle, and he also had a great freestyle run in Inglewood as well, where he definitely kind of was driving a bit on the ragged edge towards the end of his run. And even towards the beginning of the season, he had a great run in Anaheim Show 5 where he had some really crazy saves. And in Glendale, he also was just really sending it and getting big air that we were used to seeing from Leduc. And he went all out in his hometown show. And even in St. Louis as well, he had some pretty cool saves in there as well. And it's the World Finals, so hopefully Leduc can go all out for us, and we can hopefully see Leduc get his third World Finals championship. He's been long overdue for that. Leduc has came close many times to winning a World Finals freestyle championship within the past years. Like 2018, he got second place, just to lose to Ryan Anderson, and after he did the flat spin. 2019, he was robbed after the Leduc leap. 2022, he got a bit underscored when he probably shouldn't have finished in second, and he was so close to winning it in 2023, finishing in third place after that huge Leduc loop that he had in Nashville. So I'm hoping this year Leduc can put it together and he can get that third World Finals championship. Next up, we've got Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt. And man, Bryce Kenny, man, what do I have to say about this guy? We can probably just call him Prime Kenny, as Bryce Kenny has just been really, really awesome this year in Monster Mutt. You know, it's definitely sad to see him leave Mohawk Warrior, and we're kind of questioning him in Monster Mutt as if this doesn't fit. But right now, I think this identity just like really, really fits him. Bryce has been like doing really good all season long. I think he's done good everywhere except for the Florida. Like he cooked in every single show he competed at except for the Florida shows, which is definitely a bummer as the person who attended the 4 stadium events in Florida for this tour back in Miami and Tampa. I was definitely looking forward to Bryce Kenny absolutely cooking and laying it down for us, but sadly, he just had some bad luck and some truck breakage, which prevented that from happening. But I'm happy to see Bryce Kenny this year, and I'm really ready to see what he has in store for us at World Finals. It's been really 6 long years ever since the last time we saw Bryce Kenny do really good at a Monster Jam World Finals freestyle competition. So we are long overdue for a great Bryce Kenny freestyle at the World Finals. And I think this week he can do it if that truck can just stay together. And I'm really hoping it does, as it's due for him. I really want to see it happen this weekend. Bryce has been doing good all season long. He's been winning lots of competitions and racing as he's been fast there. And then freestyle, it's been on a whole nother level, just like sending it across the floor. His freestyle runs from St. Louis were just really awesome, filled with big air. He also did really awesome in Arlington. Atlanta show 2 with that monstrous air he got. That was also really, really cool. And that almost topped his air from last year in Atlanta. And then he also did really good in Minneapolis as well. That was also another big one. He really had a really cool save in show 2 and really burnt the house down in show 2. And he also did really great in the final show in Inglewood. So I'm hoping Bryce Kenny's been consistent all season long. I hope that delivers and continues on here at Monster Jam World Finals. And I hope Bryce Kenny can bring home a championship in Monster Mutt, as that would be really, really cool, as I've been loving Bryce Kenny this year. It's been one of the drivers to watch out for in freestyle. So I hope this year Bryce Kenny can bring home that freestyle championship. Next up, we've got Kayla Blood in Sparkle Smash. Now, usually when we see Kayla Blood in a World Finals lineup, I'm usually very happy about, but this year, not so much. I mean, I think there could have been a better spot. I think maybe we could just only have had Jamie Sullivan to be the only Sparkle Smash in this field, and maybe put Kayla Blood in the LCQ. Maybe it's just, this year just wasn't it for Kayla. Kayla just had a lot of truck problems this season, and she didn't pick up any wins for the first time, like in her whole stadium career and competing on stadium tours. She got 0 wins this year. None in racing, none in skills, and no freestyle wins. I was really hoping Kayla could have pulled it off in freestyle, but sadly it just didn't happen. Although Kayla Blood has definitely gotten better towards the end of the season, as they're in the last 3 shows of the year. Kayla did really awesome in freestyle. In the Atlanta show too, she absolutely just launched that truck to the moon. And she also laid down a pretty good run in Denver. And then in Inglewood, she was burning it down with a flat tire. And just really cooking and laying it down for the fans. And then earlier on in the season, St. Louis show 1, she did really good with some big air and a somersault in freestyle. So, I'm definitely a little bit excited to see Kayla Blood after how she kind of performed towards the end of the season. But again, like when you want to make it into World Finals, in my opinion, it's got to be about consistency that you've had throughout the whole season. And that just wasn't here for Kayla Blood. She just had lots of issues with the truck, with Sparkle Smash, lots of electrical issues, and a lot of times in freestyle, the truck would break upon doing a backflip, such as what we saw with the in Tampa show 1 and Anaheim show 5. We saw her just really obliterate the back end of the truck when doing a backflip, and that's kind of been a key theme we've been seeing with Sparkle Smash this year in freestyle. Something that truck just likes to absolutely just get big, get like such big air on the backflip, but then will just come down really hard and cause lots of damage on the rear end. Kayla Blood hasn't landed as many clean backflips in Sparkle Smash as what she did in Soldier of Fortune, considering this is a different chassis. So I'm hoping Kayla Blood can really prove everybody wrong out here. A lot of people did not like that she was here in the main field. I'm hoping she can be like Brianna Mahan in 2019. I remember, as we were talking about earlier with Kristen, Brianna Mahan was somebody lots of people didn't really want to see in the World Finals main field in 2019. Then she proved us all wrong by absolutely cooking in freestyle and having that crazy run. So I'm hoping Kayla Blood can do something like that here this year, and she can prove everybody wrong, and she can prove why she deserves to be here in the big show. Next up, we've got Zack Garner and Wildside. Yet another really awesome pick out here to be in the main field. Zack Garner, he's just done really awesome this year on his first stadium tour. We've definitely seen him just like, he's just absolutely doing just so well in freestyle this year. He's been really consistent. He's just really been burning it down every single time. He's definitely been one of the best independent drivers this season in freestyle, as he's just been sending and getting so much big air this season in freestyle, and he's been laying down great consistent runs. And like St. Louis in Miami, he had some really good runs. Tampa and Denver were off the charts. Tampa, Denver, and Seattle were all, and Arlington as well, were all just off the charts in freestyle. Tampa show 2 is one of my favorite runs from Zack Garner this year. That was a really fun and cool run to watch in person. And Seattle, he was definitely robbed of the win. Denver, he had a really great save. Arlington, he had just some massive air. And Zach's done really awesome this year here. And he is the reigning World Finals racing champion. So I'm hoping Zack Garner can come out here this year, maybe get a shot to defend his racing championship. Zack hasn't done his best in racing this year. That's definitely the part he's kind of been lacking in this year was the racing competition. I wish we could have seen him done better in that competition, considering he is the reigning champion. But he definitely did good in racing towards the end of the season, such as in Inglewood, where he made it all the way to the final round, the place where he had won at the World Finals Racing Championship previous year. He went back a year later and nearly won racing, but lost in the final round to Bryce Kenny in Monster Mutt. So I'm hoping Zack Garner has that truck dialed in, and he can be ready to tear it up on the track for you fans. And I'm really hoping he can burn it down freestyles. Last year was a bit of a disappointment in freestyle for Zack Garner, so I'm hoping he can burn it down in freestyle here this weekend. And I'm hoping he can walk away as a Monster Jam World Final and get another championship, become a 2-time World Finals champion. Next up, we've got Michael Pagliarulo in Excalibur. Many people question this pick to be here, considering he only won freestyle this year. I think it's very welcoming. I'm super duper happy we get Michael Pag in the main field. Michael Pag definitely did really great this year, and he really surprised and shocked a lot of us fans. A lot of people had low expectations for Mike heading into the season, but he proved us all wrong, and he is absolutely cooked this season, as Jacob would say. Hey, as he's just been doing awesome this year. He got his first overall win back in Kansas City, And I think he even, like, back in that Kansas State show, I think he even got, like, a donut and a skills win in that show as well. And Michael was just doing, and then in the stadium shows, Michael was just really doing well. He was fast and racing towards the beginning of the season. And then in freestyle, he's been off the charts there, cooking it and burning it down each and every single time. He's definitely had the best working truck out of everybody on Team Tomfoolery. He had the best working truck. As Michael just had many just great runs this season, coming from shows like St. Louis, Miami Show 1, Tampa Show 1. Tampa Show 2 was really awesome. Probably one of my favorite runs from him this season came from Tampa Show 2. Glendale was pretty good. Minneapolis Show 2 was off the charts. He probably should have won that freestyle. El Paso Show 1 was really good. He did great in Arlington, great in Seattle. Both the Atlanta shows were solid. And he also laid down a pretty solid run in Inglewood. So Mikey's been doing really great all season long. I'm super happy he's here. And man, there'd be nothing more than I'd love to see from Michael to get a championship this year. As it's been 3 years since we've seen Tomfoolery Motorsports compete in the main field. So I'm hoping Michael can deliver for us here this weekend and just do absolutely amazing in freestyle. As this competition, I'm really looking out for him in, but I'd also love to see him do well in racing. And I just love to see, like, the happiness on all the Tomfoolery fans' faces if we see Michael win. I'd love to see, like the whole stadium just get really happy when Michael Pag can walk out of here with the championship. And see everybody's reactions. That would just be really awesome. And I'm really rooting on for Michael this weekend. And I think he's going to be a big threat in that freestyle competition to do really well. Next up, we've got Bari Mousau and Zombie. Bari has done awesome this year on Stadium Championship Series East. Has been one of Bari's best seasons yet. He came so close to winning that championship. I really wish he could have won it, but sadly, Tyler Meningga he just barely pulled it out and barely got it. I was really cheering for Bari to win this thing this year, but Bari, he's just been doing well all season long. I've really been liking the truck has just been working really well for him this year, as his truck's just been off the charts and has been working really well out here for him this year, as the crew has just had that truck dialed in for Bari, and he's been able to send that thing each and every time. The truck is staying in one piece, and he's been laying down many great and consistent freestyle runs, including in his home shows such as Orlando and Jacksonville, where he's able to get the win. And he's also burning it down in many other places like San Diego, Houston, Indianapolis. He did really well. He did really good in Pittsburgh. Like, the air he got this season was just really amazing on some of the shows. Like some of the San Diego shows, Houston, or Jacksonville and Pittsburgh. That air that Bari got at those shows was just absolutely crazy and wild. And he was really consistent, burning it down in every single show this year. He's a very consistent driver, and I've definitely got my eyes on him, and he's definitely a dark horse to win this World Freestyle Championship this year. And I also really want to see Bari also do really well in racing. Bari's had been known to do really well in this racing competition, for making it to the final round in 2019, making it in the semifinals last year, making it to round 3 back in Nashville in 2023. Bari has just done really well in racing at World Finals, and I'm hoping this year Bari can make it far and deep into the bracket, and I'm hoping he can walk away with a racing or a freestyle championship, as I think this year we've got the highest chances out of any other year we've been seeing so far from Mr. Mousau. I think this is Mousau's best possible chances. His chances this year for winning a world championship are higher than we've ever seen before, and I'm hoping he can do it and pull it off here this weekend. Next up, we've got Camden Murphy and Classroom Crusher. Super happy to see Camden Murphy back in this World Finals lineup. Camden Murphy got a chance to change rides here this year, moving from Bakugan Dragonoid to Classroom Crusher. And I've really been loving Camden Murphy. While I was sad to see Bakugan go, I've really been loving seeing Camden in Classroom Crusher. He's been doing really great in that truck this season. And Camden is probably one of the only drivers this year to clean sweep a stadium event coming back from Philadelphia. And Camden has been enjoying his new ride. He's been performing really well this season. and I think Camden has a bright future in this truck, and I'm hoping he can bring home a championship out of the Magic School Bus, can get a win this weekend, as that would be very magical indeed, as Camden Murphy, he's one of the best out here to maybe not have a world championship. He's come close many times. In 2019, he made it all the way to semifinals in racing and got second in freestyle, and even got second in high jump as well. And then in 2023, he made it to the final round in racing. So, we're due for Camden Murphy to have a great World Finals appearance this year. Last year wasn't his best, considering he won his round 2 race but broke the truck. Then had some early breakage in freestyle. So this year we are due for Camden Murphy to have a great freestyle run and a great appearance at the World Finals. I really hope he can make it far in this bracket, and I'm hoping he can lay it down in freestyle. I think out of everybody who will be seeing and when we identify, out of everybody in Camden's group, I think he's going to definitely do well and lay down a high score for the fans. And I cannot wait to see him tear this bus up here this weekend. And I hope he can walk away with the World Finals Championship. Next up, we've got Dalton Widner in Jurassic Attack. Dalton Widner, he's done really awesome and really, really good this season and in Jurassic Attack. Mainly in the racing competition, he's been bad fast in that competition all season long, picking up many wins, including Birmingham, a show I went to. He even got an overall, his first stadium overall, coming all the way back from Anaheim Show 4. So I'm hoping to see Dalton this year do really well. I think he's got his best chances to win in that racing competition. He's been very fast and has one of the best maybe racing records on the stadium level this year. And I'm really hoping Dalton Widner can do it. Last year, Dalton did really great at World Finals. He got a bit underscored in freestyle, in my opinion, as I think he should have gotten 3rd place. And he also made it all the way to round 3 in racing. So I'm hoping Dalton Widner can do good here this weekend and have a really great show for the fans. And I think he's definitely going to be something to look after for in racing. Even in the independent shows that we've been seeing and happen in the off time here that we've had ever since the tour wrapped up, and coming in places like Bristol and in Salinas. In those independent shows, Dalton was just on fire in racing. So, it really just doesn't matter what kind of a track we're seeing Dalton on, as he's definitely a threat. Whether we're on the step-up ramp track, or the track without the step-up ramp, or if we're doing the Bristol type track, or we're doing that crazy track we saw in Salinas, it really doesn't matter what kind of a track we throw Dalton Widner on. He's just always bound to do really good. Or if it's a small arena track, Dalton Widner is bound to be fast, and he's bound to be fast and try to win that competition. So I think Dalton Widner is definitely going to be a huge threat in the JCB racing competition this weekend, and I hope he can bring it home. I'm hoping Dalton Widner can do good in freestyle, as well as Dalton Widner kind of struggled in freestyle a lot this year due to lots of truck problems that he's had. But he definitely showed us some good hopes and good signs back in Pittsburgh, where he was able to lay down a really great freestyle run. Hoping Dalton can lay down a run like he had in Pittsburgh or in Anaheim Show 4, so that way we can see him finish high in Monster Jam World Finals, and I'm hoping to see him somewhere on the podium this weekend. Next up, we've got our reigning skills champion, Arando Castro and El Toro Loco. Another great spot. Armando did really great this year on his first ever stadium tour. He was definitely cooking and burning it down this whole season. Well, definitely had maybe some bad luck due to the getting underscored by the judges, or maybe having some boundary infractions during freestyle sometimes, where he'd hit the dumpster. He definitely still had some great highlights this season. I think his runs from Birmingham and Jacksonville were both really well. He had some pretty big air in those shows, and also laid down some pretty cool saves. And Armando's been performing consistent all season long. He's done great in skills, and he's done amazing in freestyle. So I'm hoping he can lay down another solid freestyle run. Last year, Armando's freestyle run was a bit cut short due to truck problems. So I'm hoping this weekend, he can have that truck dialed in and ready to go. And I'm hoping to see Arando burn it down and have a great freestyle competition in this season and this year. And hopefully we can see him finish near the top, or maybe even as a champion. Hopefully become a 3-time World Finals champion. Next up is Colt Stevens in Thunderus, the reigning high jump champion. Colt Stevens this year, he was just off the charts this season. And as freestyle this year for Colt, he was just really good. And one of my favorite competitors to watch in the freestyle competition on Stadium Tour East is he was always just throwing it down at each and every show, just sending it. Track really fitted Colt's driving style, and he was just sending it, getting big air all season long, laying down some great consistent runs where he just had really great momentum. And those are the kind of freestyle runs that I like, is where you have that great flow and great momentum where you're going from one hit to the next. And Colt was doing that all season long on his tour. And we cannot forget to talk about Birmingham, Alabama, where he had that crazy sidewall save. And the only time you may ever hear me swear on camera, as that was just absolutely amazing. That was probably the best moment of 2025. That sidewall save was just unreal from Colt Stevens in Thunderus. That was just amazing. He nearly did like 8 revolutions. It felt like he was on that sidewalls like forever. And to see him save it back on all fours, that was just crazy, man. That was just crazy. One of the best saves I've probably ever seen in person and in Monster Jam history. And Colt, he just had a great year this year. And I'm hoping this year he can try to go 3 years in a row of winning a championship, and he can walk away and hopefully get a second freestyle title. And I think he's somebody who's definitely being looked over in this freestyle competition. I truly believe he has what it takes to win this World Freestyle Championship this weekend, and I'm thinking he's going to be able to get it done, and he's going to nail it this weekend. He's going to be the freestyle champion. Next up, we've got Cynthia Goodier and Leuke Stabilizer making a return to Monster Jam World Finals for the first time since 2023. We're really happy to see Cynthia back. Cynthia last year decided to start her family, and so she could not compete in Monster Jam due to her being pregnant. So she couldn't compete last year in Monster Jam, and let Lindsay Reed take over Leuke Stabilizer and do really well for her. And we got to see her return over a year ago back on. And actually, it's been 13 months ago. We got to see Cynthia return to competition in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And Cynthia, well, definitely was a tough return back for her in East Rutherford after having not driven in nearly 11 months. She still did really great. Right, and she got better as time went on. She got 2 wins this season, winning racing in Indianapolis Show 1, and also winning freestyle in Anaheim Show 4. She was able to win freestyle, so she's also had many other great freestyle runs throughout the season. Her freestyle runs from Orlando and Birmingham were really good. In Birmingham, with that really cool save that she got, was really, really awesome from her. And she's just performing very consistently and got better and better as time went on. And she's also definitely improved on her racing game this season. And she's gotten really better in that competition. And I think we're due for Cynthia Goodier to have a great Monster Jam World Finals freestyle. As last time we saw Cynthia have a great freestyle at the World Finals was back in 2019. So this year, I think we're due for Cynthia to actually go have a great freestyle run. Well, I don't know if she'll win. I think she'll definitely, hopefully, get a high score and finish somewhere in the top half out here. And I'm hoping she can just have a good freestyle run, because her last 2 World Finals freestyle runs that we saw from her in Nashville and in Orlando back in 2022 and 2023 were not that great. So, I really want to see her come out here and do really good this year at World Finals. And I'm hoping she can also do good in racing, as she could definitely be sneaky in this competition, and she can make it maybe farther than what people could expect. Alrighty, next up, we've got Mr. Excitement, Jim Kohler in Avenger. Man, Jim. This man has been cooking this season. He's been one of my favorite drivers to watch this season, as he has done awesome this year. As he's really stepped up his game, and his truck's been working a lot better compared to what we've seen in seasons past. And he's just been off the charts this year, just cooking at almost every single show, laying down great freestyle runs. And he's also really improved on his two-wheel game this year, as well as he's been doing some really cool bicycle sidewall saves that we've been seeing from him lately, especially like his bicycle sidewall saves that he got back in San Diego Show 4 and Anaheim Show 3 were absolutely amazing. And if you were to tell me at the beginning of the season that Jim Kohler was going to do a bicycle sidewall save, I would have thought you were crazy. I didn't think Jim Kohler could pull something off like that. But here he goes. He's able to do it. It's great to see that this veteran competitor and this legend in our sport has been competing for such a long time. Can keep up with the new stuff and keep up and try to do new tricks as well. As that's really cool thing to see here from Jim Kohler. And in freestyle this year, he's just been on another level, pulling off many crazy saves in freestyle, like from Anaheim show 4. That was a really crazy save. He also did really great in Detroit as well. He did really awesome, especially in Detroit show 2, where he got a cool save and was able to win freestyle. But not only once, but twice this year, guys. He also won it in Houston show number 1 as well. And Jim has just been doing awesome this year. He's also had many other great and consistent runs coming from places like Indianapolis, Birmingham, Foxborough. He's done pretty good there. I think he also laid down a pretty solid run in Pittsburgh as well. And Jim has been doing this really great this season. He's been performing really consistent. And I'm really hoping Jim can really burn it down in freestyle this year. As it's been 8 long years ever since we've last seen Jim really throw down a great run in freestyle back at the year where he got third in both racing and freestyle in 2017. It's been a really long time. We've been waiting for a great Jim Kohler freestyle run. Ever since then, we've just kind of seen him as a way to either just have bad luck where he'll just crash early, or just have bad luck where the truck will break and let loose here. It seems like every other year he either breaks his truck, like 2018, 2022, and 2024 he crashed early. Then in 2019 and 2023 he just had some truck problems. So I'm hoping this year Jim can keep that truck together in freestyle and he can win. Then the chances for Jim Kohler to win freestyle this year are astronomically higher than any other year we've seen. So I think Jim's going to do great this year, and I'm really hoping he can try to win freestyle at Monster Jam World Finals. And I'd also really love to see him win racing as well, as Jim. He's competed in every World Finals, and he's still yet to win the racing championship, and he's came close that one time in 2017. So I'm hoping this can be the year where Jim can hopefully bring home a World Finals championship and become a 3-time Monster Jam World Finals champion. Or maybe even 4. Alright, that's it for the lineup, everybody. We also got a chance to see what the track will look like. So the track right here is I'll show it with my mouse. So we got the 2 lanes right here. We got elevated or kind of racing into the stands. It is returning for the first time since 2009. If you know, you know. But we're racing into the stands again for the first time since 2009. Really excited to see this. So you're basically going to start right here. Come up right here. Come down here. I don't know what happened there, but then you come around the turn, and then you come up back up here, and then you jump over and cross the finish line. A really cool track, kind of gives me vibes of what we saw back in Nashville, and we also have seen Monster Jam posting more on their Instagram of like mountains and stuff like that they're having in the background on the track. They kind of give it that mountainy theme because we are in Salt Lake City, kind of like how we got the Hollywood theme last year in Inglewood. We got the theme of mountains for Salt Lake City. So that's really cool. We also got the American flag banner as well making its return. It's going to be a really cool track for racing. Can't wait to see what happens. I just hope nobody rolls into the stands, as we do not want to have an Alex Blackwell 2009 repeat. We don't want to have that happen. And as racing track is going to be interesting. It's going to be very technical with these very high turns. I can always see what happens. It's going to be anybody's game out here. It's a driver's track. It's got that high-speed elements as well as more of those technical elements as well in this track. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, and I cannot wait to see how it turns out this year. here, and I'm hoping we can have a great World Finals racing competition to see if we could possibly top last year's World Finals racing competition, as last year's racing competition was my favorite we've ever had at a Monster Jam World Finals in history. So, so I'm hoping we can have a competition like that, as racing has been on fire to watch at Monster Jam World Finals. Always one of my favorite things. I feel like racing is better here compared to anywhere else in Monster Jam. So I'm very excited to see how it will turn out. Next up, we've got our last chance qualifier lineup, which consists of Mike Christensen and Vendetta, Matt Cody and Gravedigger, Chris Kohler and Mayhem, Fernando Martinez and El Toro Loco, Tony Oaks and Thunderus, Trine Robbins and Crazy Train, Ashley Sanford and Megalodon, MJ Solar Rio and El Toro Loco, Brandon Telechka and Just Get Her Done Too, Cole Vinar and Black Pearl, Devin Winfield and Velociraptor, and John Zimmer Sr. in Zombie. So let's break it down. First up, Mike Christensen and Vendetta, the runner-up from last year's LCQ. Mike, Mike's really good at racing, and I think he's got a good shot to win it this year. And, we want to see more Team Throttle Monster in the main field. As we want to, it's Salt Lake City, it's Utah, it's home base for Team Throttle Monster, and we need to see more. We need more. We need a Team Throttle takeover at Monster World Finals. We do not want Dalton Widner to be the only one in the LCQ. In the main field, we hope we see Mike make it out in the main field this year, as he really does deserve it. Mike Christensen may have had a slow start to the season and this year, but I definitely have to say around Detroit is where he really started picking it up, as Mike has done pretty good in freestyle this year. He's laid down many great runs coming from places like San Diego Show 3, Detroit Show 1, where he was able to win freestyle, Jacksonville, Birmingham are just a few examples of Mike just absolutely burning it down and having some great freestyle runs. Indianapolis Show 1 was also really great. Someone Mike Christensen cannot finish runner-up this year, and he can make it into the main field, as I would really love to see Mike in a World Finals in Vendetta. Next up, we got Matt Cody and Gravedigger. Definitely an alright spot out here. Matt Cody did pretty good this year on his tour, while it definitely did start to fall off towards the end. He did really good in that competition, and he did really good on this tour, getting second place, so he definitely deserves to be out here in the last chance qualifier, and I'm hoping he can do really well. Maybe try to see him in the main field, as I really want to see Matt Cody in the main field last year, but sadly it just didn't happen, and he gave his spot away to Dalton Widner, so I'm hoping this year he can win the LCQ and make it into his first ever main field appearance. Next up, we got Chris Kohler and Mayhem. I kind of do think Matt Kohler and Chris Kohler were kind of robbed out here from being in the main field. Chris Kohler and his new identity, Mayhem. Mayhem is such a cool and sick looking truck, and I'm a bit sad he didn't make it automatically in main field this year. And even after the 2 freestyle wins he was able to get on his tour this year, coming from San Diego Show 1 in its debut show, and in Anaheim Show 3. Although Chris did have some struggles this year, like he maybe wasn't as consistent in skills as what he could have been, and he definitely didn't have as many good freestyle runs, and just having some truck issues. I'm hoping Chris can come out here and just do really great here in the LCQ, and I hope he can get himself the win and make it in the main field, as we really want to see Chris back in the main field, and I think he deserves it. And I originally had him on my predictions to make it into the main field this year here automatically, but that didn't happen, so I'm hoping Chris can win it and make it in the main field. Next up, we got Fernando Martinez and El Toro Loco. I mean, usually I would be happy to see Fernando on this lineup, but I don't know about this year. I guess he kind of does deserve it. Fernando is definitely a good driver. I think this year he just had a lot of truck problems this year and didn't perform to how we really wanted to see Fernando perform. And kind of something pattern I've been noticing is that Fernando, he'll perform really well in the off-season shows, but then we go to the main season, he kind of struggles and cracks under the pressure. But I'm hoping Fernando can get a chance to win. Fernando's a really good competitor and has a really great background and just a cool, inspiring story of how he made it into Monster Jam, how he just chased his dream. And I mean, that would be a big dream for him to come true, for him to be in the main field. So, we're rooting for him, and I hope Fernando can do it out here. So we're rooting on for Fernando, and I hope he can make it into that Monster Jam World Finals main field. But definitely, I mean, he's a good spot, but compared to some of the drivers who we'll see being in the missing out segment, I really wish, I really wish they were in there, maybe over him. But hey, we'll root on for Fernando. I love Fernando Martinez. He's a great driver, and we'll see what he has in store for us on the track. Next up, we got Tony Oaks in Thunderus. Tony Oaks, I mean, I don't know if you should be here in the LCQ. You should probably be in the main field. Tony Oaks has been trying so hard in his Monster Jam career, making the main field, but it just hasn't happened yet. And I'm hoping this year can make it happen. Tony, he can definitely be fast in racing. And last year, he definitely maybe had a shot to make it in, but sadly, he just had some truck problems and some breakage after his race, where he was able to take down Joe Foley, and he just couldn't make it in the main field. So I'm hoping this year can be it for Tony. Tony is probably one of the greatest drivers. It's up there with Chuck Warner as being the greatest driver of all time to not make it into the Monster Jam World Finals main field. So I'm hoping he can make it in this year, as he truly deserves it. He's worked really hard. He's such a great guy off the track as well, and he really deserves to be in a Monster Jam World Finals. Next up, we got Triton Robbins and Crazy Train. Triton Robbins, I didn't originally expect him to be here. There were some rumors that he was going to do an independent show the weekend of World Finals, but it looks like that turned out to be false, and he's out here at Monster Jam World Finals this year, and I cannot wait to see him and I cannot wait to watch him do well in the LCQ. I think he's a dark horse to win this thing. Triton's been fast all season in racing, and probably some of the best racing record out of everybody we see here in the LCQ. And I really want to see Triton get the win, as he's gotten lots of overall event championship wins this season. He's also done really great in skills as well, and he's also just been really great in racing. So I'd love to see Triton get the win, as I think a lot of people are focused on some of these other competitors, like maybe Mike Christensen, Matt Cody, Tony Oaks, Devin Winfield, Cole Vennard to win this thing. But I think Triton's a dark horse, and I think he's going to do really well in this competition. I mean, he's got a good shot at winning, but even if he doesn't win, I think he's still going to shock a lot of people, and I think he's going to do really well and make it very far into the bracket. I can easily see him making it all the way to the semifinals or even the semifinal round in this competition. So I'm really excited to see what Triton Robbins has in store for us, and I'm really hoping he can bring home the win and make it into the main field. Next up, we got Ashley Sanford in Megalodon. Ashley Sanford had a pretty good season this year, as she definitely had some wow moments this year, and she is a rising star in Monster Jam. I don't know if this is the best spot in the LCQ, but I'm hoping Ashley Sanford can do good and try and make it into the main field, as she's definitely a rising star and is becoming one of the best female drivers definitely in Monster Jam, and we wish her all the luck here in the LCQ, and I hope she can make it into the main field and get the win. Next up, we've got MJ Solar Rio and El Toro Loco. MJ's has been one of my favorite new and up-and-coming drivers in this sport. I think this man has a very, very bright future in our sport. To see the growth he's had over this past year has been really good, and I just don't think a lot of people are paying attention to it as much as what they should. I think we need more people keeping our eye on this man, as he has a very bright future, as this year he's just gotten way better at driving, as he's starting to pick up more overall event championship wins. His skills game has improved so much, as he really knows how to, as he's not only getting better at moonwalks, he's also starting to include combinations in there where he's able to get back and forth combos, and where he can get on a moonwalk and walk it back into a wheelie. This man, he's flown under the radar, and I'd love to see him in the World Finals. I can't wait to see what he has in store for us on a big stadium track, and I hope he can do really well. I think MJ, I think he has a great future in Monster Jam ahead of him in El Toro Loco. And he just has a really bright future. This guy's probably one of the most underestimated and underrated drivers in Monster Jam right now. And I think more people need to be paying attention to him and giving him more credit, as he's a really awesome driver. He's really improved himself, and I can't wait to see what the next couple of years will bring to him. While he may not be the best racer on this tour, I hope he can do really well, make it into the main field. And I hope he can start to get more of the people's attention. And as MJ Solar Rio is definitely a very, very underrated competitor here in Monster Jam. Next up, we got Brandon Selechka and Just Garrett Done 2. Kind of similar in the case with Triton Robbins. I didn't think he was going to be here. There were some rumors that he was going to do an independent show the weekend of World Finals. But that turned out to be false, and he's here anyway, which I'm really glad to see. Brandon Telechka is definitely also a rising star, and he's also definitely underrated as well. I mean, he knows he has a really good chassis set for skills where he can just balance it on the nose really well, and he can get those crazy one-wheel saves. He's also had some pretty crazy bicycles, done some pretty crazy bicycles as well. So, Brandon Telechka is a really great competitor in Monster Jam, and I can't wait to see what he has in store for us in the future. I think he'll do really good in his future here in Monster Jam, and I hope he can get more stadium experience even after this. As I've really been proud of what Brandon Telechka has done so far, and he's definitely underrated, and he's definitely a dark horse in racing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we can see him going fast here, and hopefully he can try to get the win and make it into the main fields. That would be very awesome. Next up, we got Cole Vidnar and Black Pearl, and man, Cole just shouldn't be in LCQ. Cole should be in the main field. Cole had an awesome year this year, and I thought he had the main field spot in the bag. Nope. I think Cole Vidnar deserves the main field spot this year over a lot of the competitors that we're seeing. I mean, he mainly definitely did deserve that spot in the main field over drivers like Kristen Anderson, Kayla Blood, Michael Pagliarulo. Oh, and like he really did deserve a spot over a lot of the competitors that we see in the main field this year. Cole was really doing good. I know Cole Vidnar kind of fell off a little bit towards the end of the season, like starting around Arlington, he definitely started to kind of fall off. I think Cole Vidnar would have kept up his consistent performance that he had from Arlington all the way to the end. I think Cole probably had a pretty good shot at making it in, but sadly that didn't happen. He started having some truck issues, and he definitely started to fall off towards the end of the season. But from around the very first weekend in Anaheim, all the way till El Paso, Cole was doing great. I mean, his freestyle run from Anaheim Show 5 was off the hook, and even some of his freestyle runs in Miami were also really great as well. He even got 2 freestyle wins coming from St. Louis Show 2 and in Anaheim Show 5. Especially the Anaheim Show 5 run was really awesome with the consecutive backflip and the cartwheel. It was just really awesome, and I thought Cole had it this year, but sadly it didn't happen. I am really rooting for Cole to win this thing here in the last chance qualifier. I really wanted to see him in the main field. He deserves it really badly out here, and he was definitely the competitor I was definitely most upset about not making it in the World Finals, and he was robbed the most. So I'm hoping he can earn his way into the main field this year, and I'm hoping he can get the win as he truly really is. He really deserves the win out here, and I hope he can. He's cold. He's very fast in racing, and he's made. He got the racing win in Miami Show 1, and even was very fast in racing towards the beginning of the season. And I'm really hoping Cole can make it into the main field this year, so we can watch him burn it down and tear it up. Next up, another spot I'm really upset that was not in the main field was Devin Winfield. Devin Winfield's had an awesome season this year, from finishing in 8th place last year, finishing 2nd place this year. He went from 0 to hero this year. I mean, probably if he would have went up against like maybe a different Gravedigger driver on that tour who wasn't Weston Anderson, like if he would have had Matt Cody or maybe even Kristen Anderson on his tour, I think we would have very easily seen Devin Winfield win the tour championship this year. Devin has been off the hooks this year. He's been cooking all season long, such as in shows like Reno, North Charleston, Albuquerque. He did awesome in all those shows. And his skill has definitely improved this year, especially with the new chassis he has this year. Instead of using that horrible TMS chassis, he's got this brand new chassis that he has out here, and he did really well in it. It's just proof that putting drivers in the right chassis can definitely improve how they perform. And Devin Winfield definitely got to show off his true potential this year with the chassis he has. I wish he was in main field, considering he did finish 2nd place on his tour, but sadly that just didn't happen. So I'm definitely also rooting for him or Cole Vidnar in the main field would be awesome. But probably lots of people are probably rooting on more for Devin than for Cole. So I'm hoping you see Devin in that main field here this year. here, and I'm hoping Devin can tear it up here for all the fans, as we really want to see him in the World Finals main field, as he truly deserves it. Next up, we've got John Zimmer Sr. in Zombie. John Zimmer Sr. He's done pretty good this year. He definitely blew my expectations away. I did not expect Zimmer Sr. to do that good this year. I thought he was gonna finish more close towards the bottom, like maybe in like 7th or maybe even in 8th place. But he definitely improved me wrong. He did really good in racing this year. He's very fast as well, and was an underdog to win in any racing competition. He was a dark horse, and he was able to, I believe, even brought home a racing win back in Nashville at the beginning of the season. His skills game has improved. He's gotten way better at moonwalks, and the truck was running also just a lot better. And Zimmer Sr. really did well behind the wheel of Zombie. And he's also really improved his freestyle game, especially what we saw in some of the non-for-point shows earlier in Athens was really good from Zimmer Sr. here in freestyle. He had some really good energy in that freestyle run. So, I'm really happy to see Zimmer Sr. here in the LCQ. He's definitely a dark horse to win. He's a veteran of the sport. We've seen him drive many different trucks in the World Finals before, like Emswell, Shock Therapy, and Dragon. So I'm hoping we can see him in the main field again, behind the wheel of Zombie, and I hope we can see him win the LCQ, and he can join his son in the main fields. That'd be cool to see the Zimmer duo, the father-son duo of Zimmer Sr. and Zimmer Jr. compete in the World Finals. That would be really, really awesome. All right, everybody, time to go for the missing out segment here for Monster World Finals with the LCQ in the main field of people who we thought should have made it in, but sadly did not. Let's go ahead and get started. We've got Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco. This is a spot we're definitely kind of sad about. Jamie Garner has had one of his better seasons this year compared to maybe last year. He had lots of truck problems. This year he did really good. His freestyle game improved as he's been doing some creative stuff like hitting the backflip on the first hit. And even getting some large and just massive air at some shows this year. And he even got himself a freestyle win, which is the first time we've really seen Jamie win a freestyle competition in quarter 1 since 2020. So it was great to see him win back in Anaheim Show 2. And Jamie had a really awesome season this year here and just had laid down many great runs coming from like Miami Show 2, Anaheim Show 2 where he won. Denver was also pretty cool with some of the big air he got. Atlanta Show 2 was awesome. The Tampa shows were great. And he also laid down a pretty good run in Arlington as well. So I thought he was going to make an LCQ this year, but sadly he just did not make it in. And I hope we see Jamie Garner in World Finals at some point again, as he really, really deserves it. And I really want to see Jamie Garner compete in another Monster Jam World Finals. Hopefully at some point in the future we can see him back in the World Finals, hopefully next year, as I really want to see Jamie Garner tear it up. Next up, we got Matt Pagliarulo and Jester. I really want to see Matt make it in, as again, Matt's up there with Tony Oaks and Chuck Warner for top 10 and the top best drivers to have never made in the main field. And this year, kind of high hopes for Matt this year, considering how he performed last year. But it looks like ever since he switched that TMS header, his truck's just been giving him a lot of problems this year, and he just really struggled this year. And we really want to see him in the LCQ, but that just sadly didn't happen this year. But, we're definitely excited to see Tom Fuller. He's still involved in the World Finals with Michael in the main field. And I hope we see Matt Pagliarulo back in the World Finals at some point. So I'm really hoping next year he can have a better season, hopefully try to make it into the main field or into the LCQ. And I hope he can get his truck figured out, and he can just his truck can just be running better next year. Next up, we've got Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken. Nick also didn't have his best of seasons this year, as he definitely got overshadowed by all the other competitors on his tour. We really wish he was in here. I kind of do think he deserved it over some of the other competitors. And Nick still definitely had some good freestyle runs, though, coming from like Arlington, Seattle, Atlanta Show 2, Glendale. Nick had some really great freestyle runs there. And so I really wish he was in. I really wish he was in the main field this year, but or in the LCQs. We really want to see Nick Pagliarulo back at a World Finals, as in my opinion, he was definitely very robbed back in 2023. I thought in 2023 he had it, but sadly didn't make it in. So I really want to see Nick in a World Finals yet again to drive Kraken. and I really want to see him lay down a good run. It definitely looks like Nick has definitely kind of been struggling here and driving ever since he had to kind of like leave for like a maternity leave when he welcomed in his new child back in last year in 2024. Ever since they've had some change-ups on the trucks as well with the headers and stuff like that in EFI. His truck hasn't been performing as well, so I'm hoping through the offseason and get Nick's truck dialed in, and next year Nick can have a great season and Kraken can have a year similar to 2023 and try to get, and he also I almost forgot, he also did have a good freestyle run in Tampa show 2 this year, and in the Miami shows as well. But we really want to see Nick back at the World Finals, and I'm hoping next year will be Nick Pagliarulo's year. Next up, we got Montana Robinson playing crazy. He sadly just couldn't make it in this year. His performances wasn't as strong as what it could have been. He had a great start to the season, but definitely started to fall off a little bit towards the end. So I'm hoping maybe we can see Montana Robbins in the main field at some point. I definitely do see him in the LCQ at some point in the future. Hopefully next year will be Montana's year to make it into the last chance qualifier and hopefully try to get a shot at the World Finals. Next up, we got Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. I really wanted to see Kevin at Monster World Finals this year, but that just sadly just didn't happen and for him, and it just couldn't happen for him this year. I mean, Kevin, and he had a pretty good season this year. He blew away my expectations. I didn't think he. Well, I still got last place, like how we thought he would. He blew my expectations away this season, and as he definitely tried harder than what we thought he was going to do. I mean, he was attempting backflips, trying to do moonwalks, bicycles. He even did a backflip in skills back in New Orleans, which was really crazy. And he also had some many great freestyle runs as well throughout the season, coming from places like San Diego Show 2, Anaheim Show 4 with that crazy save he had. He also had a pretty good run in one of the Detroit shows. He also did really good in East Rutherford. Pittsburgh was also really good as well. He also did really good in Jacksonville. Oh, he also laid down a pretty good run there. And he also laid down a really great run in Philadelphia as well. So I'm hoping we see Kevin Crocker maybe back again next year, Megalodon, as he really fit the truck really good. And hopefully we can maybe try to see him make it into the LCQ. Next up, we've got Michaela Telechka and Megalodon. Michaela Telechka definitely had a better season this year compared to what we've seen from her in years past. She's trying to do more bicycles, and she's gotten better at them. And she's also been trying to do some more moonwalks as well and get better at moonwalks. So I'd really hope we can see Michaela Telechka have a bit of a better season next year and hopefully try to get herself in the LCQ, as she really deserves it. And I'm kind of sad to say this, but I don't think her career in Monster Jam won't last as long, considering she is doing stuff with nursing. And I'm predicting she'll probably become a full-time nurse in the future, so this Monster Jam thing will be kind of temporary. So I'm hoping we see Michaela Telechka maybe come out next year. I hope we can see her compete next year, and I hope she can try to get herself some wins and can try to get herself into the Monster Jam World Finals LCQ, as we really want to see her there, and I know I'd definitely be really happy to see her in that competition. And I'm really hoping next year will be Michaela Telechka's year, and her truck can continue on working good, and we can see her next year, and hopefully we can see her tear it up. Next up, we got Mark Hall and Raminator. Sadly, couldn't make it out this year. Mark Hall didn't have as maybe Mark Hall, while he is definitely improving a lot in his skills game with the reverse poppers, this year maybe just wasn't his best season, especially with him missing a lot of shows. Like, he missed the shows from Lincoln, Nebraska, as well as the shows from Colorado Springs and Nampa. Mark Hall missed quite a few shows this year, so he just sadly could not make it into the main field, to the LCQ this year, unlike last year. And I hope we can see Mark Hall back in there again, because it'd be really legendary to see Mark Hall at a World Finals. And next up, probably my biggest disappointment from being left out is Joe Foley in Axe. Joe Foley definitely deserved it in the LCQ in the main field over lots of people. He deserved it over probably Matt Cody, Fernando Martinez, Kayla Blood, Kristen Anderson, Jamie Sullivan, and he deserved it in over like a lot of people. Oh, this year, heck, maybe even he deserves it in over maybe probably people like Brandon Telechka, MJ Solar Rio, probably maybe even Triton Robbins. Like, he deserved it in over a lot of John Zimmer Sr. He didn't like he deserved it in over a lot of different people. Well, he didn't get as many wins as what he did in 2024, well, because this year he only got 1 win in freestyle. He still did really great this year, and he was cooking all season long. The San Diego shows, those he did really great at. He did really good in San Antonio. He really cooked in freestyle there. He had a pretty decent run in Detroit as well. Jacksonville was really awesome. Indianapolis show 2 was great. Birmingham was great. Then he really just started cooking towards the end of the season. And Foxborough, that was good. He also did pretty good in Philadelphia. Philadelphia was off the charts. East Rutherford was fantastic where he won. That was amazing. And he was also really cooking and really burning it down freestyle in Pittsburgh. And we really wish we could have seen him this year in the LCQ. But I've heard some stuff and some reasons why. And maybe because I definitely kind of knows LCQ this year is maybe based more around racers. This year, people who are maybe better at racing. And Joe Foley isn't the best racer, so maybe if he was a bit better in racing, I could have definitely seen him in that competition. But Joe Foley, he was off the charts this year, but I think his time will come that he'll make it in the World Finals. I think next year, or sometime within the next 3 years, I think we'll definitely see Joe Foley in the main field at Monster Jam World Finals. And I'm hoping Joe Foley can return to his wonderful truck of acts next year and make it into the World Finals. Next up, it's another pretty huge disappointment, which is Kurt Kramer in Ramdemption now, since he did debut the brand new truck Ramdemption. Sadly, just couldn't make it into the LCQ this year, as sadly very tight, very tough competition. Kurt Kramer is definitely slowly getting better as a competitor and doing moonwalks, stuff like that. So I'm hoping we see Kurt Kramer in the LCQ at some point in the future, hopefully next year. Next up, we got Berto Trevino in Monster Mud Rottweiler. Berto definitely stepped up his game a lot this year, especially when I went to the shows and I saw him in Macon, and where he was able to win 2-wheel skills, racing, and even got an overall event championship as well. So I definitely do think Berto's day is coming, where he'll definitely make it into the main field, or into the LCQ at least. I think it'll happen next year. I think if Berto can have a great performance next year, I think he'll be in the LCQ. And we hope to see him, and we hope we can see him there, and I hope we can see Berto, as he's a really good competitor and he's a rising star in Monster Jam. Next up, we got Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack, another rising star who did really great this year, who's really good throughout all competitions. He can definitely be fast in racing. He knows how to throw. He knows how to throw down a good 2-wheel run, and he knows how to have a great freestyle run as well. And he even got some overalls as well this year, mainly coming from Fargo Show 2. So I'm really hoping we see he and Tim Hall Jr. back at the Monster Jam World Finals at some point in the near future. Well, not back, but hopefully we see him make an LCQ debut sometime in the near future. I'm thinking next year will be his year where we'll see Tim Hall in that last chance qualifier, and I think it's gonna happen next year. If he can perform good next year, I think we'll see him in the LCQ, at the Monster Jam World Finals, and hopefully we can see him win and try to make him the main field. Then last up, we got Charlie Plotkin and Gravedigger. Charlie Plotkin, he's a legend in this sport. We really want to see Charlie Plotkin back at the World Finals. Hopefully when we start the international tour next year, I'm hoping he can get the win on that tour and make it into the Monster Jam World Finals main field, as that would be really, really, really awesome to see Charlie Plotkin in the Monster Jam World Finals main field. I really want to see him there, and I really want to see him back there again. And we really want to see Charlie Plotkin just throw it down at World Finals again, and maybe try to get himself one last championship here before he maybe hangs up his career in Monster Jam. But we hope we can see him here next year, and we hope we can see him drive, whether it be Megalodon, Gravedigger, Monster Mutt. I hope we see him at the World Finals some point very soon. Alright, everybody, let's go ahead and do kind of more of a rapid fire segment out here, as we've now done with the missing out. Let's go ahead and go through the skills and high jump lineups. So first up in skills, Arando Castro and El Toro Loco, the reigning champion, deserves to be here. He won last year with the cool moon flip, so I'm hoping we can see him do something like that again this year, and try to see him go 2 years in a row. Blake Granger, Monster Dalmatian, also did really well in skills this year. Here he got lots of wins. Great to see him here. Hopefully he can redeem himself from last year. He's got a good working truck this year, so I'm thinking the chances for Blake Granger to do well in the skills challenge are dramatically higher this year with the better truck he's had. And I hope we see him throw it down a 2-wheel. Tristan England, he's also been cooking as well in in skills this year, and I think he's got a high shot to win it this year with how consistent he is at two-wheel skills. Almost seems like whatever he has in store, whatever he has planned in his head to do in skills, he'll just nail it. He'll just do it and nail it each and every single time. He's been really consistent in his move and his execution of moves has a higher success rate compared to some of these other drivers. So very excited to see him in this competition. Hopefully he can do really well. Next up, we got the Combo King, as some people call him, John Zimmer Jr. Terminal velocity, really great spot. John Zimmer Jr. stepped up his game and skills this year there with his combinations and skills. Like he's been getting more and more combos, where he's been able to just go from the front wheels to the back wheels, like back and forth, and he's been doing really great in skills. Got a lot of wins in that competition this year, and we can't wait to see him in the two-wheel skills, and hopefully we can bring home a win after coming up so close in 2023. Next we got Weston Anderson, Granger. He's also been doing good in skills this year, stepped up his game, especially now with the new slap moonwalk he's been trying to do. Hopefully we can see him lay it down in skills this year and try to get himself the win. And we got Tyler Meningga and Gravedigger, another great competitor in skills. Maybe not have had as good of a year in skills this year, but he's still definitely done really good. And we can't wait to see him out here in the skills competition. And we hope we can see him burn it down and hopefully try to get himself a second win in this competition. We got Ryan Anderson, son of Digger, another great competitor in skills. Some better in skills this year compared to what we see him do last year. He's been doing more bicycle sidewalls this year, especially like what we saw in Glendale, Anaheim Show 5, and in Atlanta Show 1. And he's also been doing more of the slap moonwalks as well, which has kind of improved himself in skills. So it's great to see Ryan Anderson, one of the pioneers of two-wheel skills out here. We can't wait to see him compete in this competition. And hopefully we can see him walk away with the win. Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash. Maybe not the best pick, but she's definitely been creative this year in skills like what we talked about earlier with the glitter cannon, like how she'll shoot the glitter mid-moonwalk. So, and she has gotten some wins in that competition this year. So we can't wait to see what Jamie Sullivan has in store for us, and she definitely wants redemption in this competition after last year. And we also, for something new this year, we also got alternates in skills, just in case if one of the trucks breaks. We'll have a backup for them to compete. Some concern with the crazy format. This year's backups are MJ Solar Rio and Tim Hall Jr. MJ Solar Rio, I'm super happy to see here. It's a very definitely well-deserved backup spot with how good he's been in skills and how much he's improved it this year. So, we're very excited to see what MJ has in store for us in that competition. And then we've got Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack. Tim Hall has also been doing really great in skills this year. He's really good in the skills challenge. And hopefully maybe we can see him get a shot here at two-wheel skills. And hopefully he can maybe get a shot to win it out here. But these are two great alternatives. Well, actually, MJ Solar is a good alternate. Tim Hall Jr. may not be the best, but it's still a really good alternate here in skills. And we cannot wait to see what these two would have in store for us. And hopefully maybe they can come out and surprise us and try to get the skills championship this year. Missing out drivers from the skills lineup. All right, here we go. I'm going to say Dalton Widner. Dalton Widner is really good in skills. Very sad we don't see him out here this year. I'm hoping Dalton Widner can try to get more wins in skills next year. And hopefully he can try to get himself into that lineup. I really want to see him get more skills wins because we really want to see Dalton Widner in skills. He's one of the best independents when it comes to skills. And I think he should have been one of the alternates, but hopefully we can see him out here next year in skills. Brandon Telechka is also really good in skills. I really wish we could see him out here. I think one day we'll definitely got to see Brandon in the skills challenge, as that would be really cool. Camden Murphy, he's also done good in skills. Wish we could have seen him out here this year, but sadly, just did not happen. And Jim Kohler, Jim, he's competed at every single World Finals, so I eventually want to see him compete in the skills challenge. This year just wasn't it here for Jim. Hopefully next year he continue to step up his game and maybe try to get more better moonwalks or better bicycle sidewalls and try to get some more wins in that competition next year. And he can make it out into the skills lineup. High jump, let's go and go through this. Colt Stevens, the reigning champ. He's definitely got a beer. Colt's been getting big air all season long. Definitely a very well-fitting pick out here for this lineup. Kayla Blood, again, not the best spot for her. I mean, she has gotten some big air this year coming from shows like St. Louis Show 1, as well as in Atlanta Show 2. But still, she hasn't been as consistent with the big air this year. So definitely a questionable spot, and we hope to see maybe Kayla Blood can prove us wrong, and she can try to do well in this high jump competition and get redemption after 2023. Next up, we got Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. He's been sending it to the moon all season long, getting big air moment after big air moment all season long. This year on Stadium Tour West, he's got just so much massive air, and maybe we can see him bring home his third high jump championship here this year. Next up, we got Bryce Kenny, Monster Mutt. Bryce Kenny, man, this man has been launching it all season long and getting some monstrous air. Definitely happy to see him back in this competition, and I hope we can see Bryce Kenny walk away with the win, as Bryce Kenny is way overdue for a world championship, and I'm hoping this year can be it in this high jump competition, considering he came so close in the past years, finishing in third place the past 2 years in a row now in Nashville and Inglewood. So I'm hoping Bryce Kenny can get the win in the high jump competition this year, and I think his chances are better than ever this year to win that competition. Next up, Camden Murphy and Classroom Crusher. Camden's been getting some big air this year, so I can always see what he has in store for us in the high jump competition, and I hope he can get the win, as Camden Murphy's overdue for a world championship, and he came close to winning this in 2019 with Bakugan. So, and it seems like whenever Camden debuts, when he's in a debut year of a new truck at the World Finals, he seems to always do good. So we're hoping that's the case here with Classroom Crusher here in the high jump competition. Next up, we got Bryce Kenny and Bari Mousau and Zombie. Bari's got some monstrous air this year, like what we talked about earlier. He's been standing all season long, especially in some of those San Diego, Houston, Jacksonville, and Pittsburgh. Bari's gotten some monstrous air in that in those events. So I'm hoping he can do that here again this year, and he can try to win himself the high jump championship. He came close to winning in 2022 in Orlando, so I'm hoping this year he can get it done and be the high jump champion. Then we got Zack Garner and Wild Side. Zack Garner, he's been sending it as well. I'm really happy to see him out here in the high jump competition, and I'm really hoping he can get the win in high jump this year. And I'm really hoping he get the win. He's definitely one of my picks to win this thing with how much air he's been getting this year. You're like St. Louis, Miami, Tampa, Glendale, Arlington, Denver. The air he's gotten at those shows was absolutely humongous, and I'm hoping he can get more air like that here in high jump, and I'm hoping he can get the win. And it'd be cool to see Zack win this competition. Jim Kohler, an Avenger, iconic for big air. He missed out last year, but he's back here this year, so I'm very happy to see him here this year. And I hope he can lay it down in high jump and try to get himself that competition win, as we really want to see Jim Kohler become a 3-time World Finals champion, and he's never finished anything higher than 6th place in this competition, so I'm hoping he can change that this year and finish higher in the competition. And then the backups in the alternates for this competition, we got Tyler Meningga and Jamie Garner. Tyler Meningga, he hasn't gotten the biggest of air this season compared to what we've seen him get in years like last year, or maybe even in some of the years before that. But it's definitely cool to see him as an alternate, and hopefully he can get himself into that competition just in case one of the trucks breaks, and he can try to win himself a high jump competition, and to add that to his resume of wins. Then we got Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco. Jamie's also been sending it all season long as well, and he did really well in high jump last year, so it'd be really cool to see him possibly come out here as a fill-in and try to win this high jump competition. Missing out in this competition, and you've got Todd Leuke. Todd Leuke, he may not have gotten as much big air this year, but he's still iconic for big air, and I really wish we could have seen him here in the competition this year, because he is so known for big air, and it kind of feels wrong to have a big air competition without Todd Leuke, so I wish he was in the lineup, but sadly not going to be in it this year. Cynthia Goodier, this one I was really surprised to see. The 2019 champion is not in the lineup. I really, really wish she was. I think she deserved the spot in high jump over Kayla Blood, in my opinion. I think Cynthia, if she would have been competing on Stadium Tour West this year, she probably would have had a better shot at making it into that competition. But she did not compete on that tour this year, so we will sadly not see her in the high jump competition this year. So I hope she can come back. I wish she was an alternate. I think she deserves the alternate spot over Tyler and Jamie. But I really want to see Cynthia in high jump again, and hopefully 2026 will be her year to return to high jump competition. Cynthia's always done really great in high jump competition. In like 2019 where she won, she did really good. 2023, she almost won it with her big air jump and getting second there, and then she got 5th in 2023, even though it was a bit low lower in that competition. It was still some pretty big air to see in person from Cynthia. Joe Foley. Joe Foley's also been getting big air all season long too. I wish he was in this competition, but sadly he is not. As if you're not gonna put Joe in the LCQ, you should have had him in high jump, at least as an alternate, just so we get some involvement from Joe Foley at World Finals this year. But this year it looks like he's gonna have to be like how he was at 2023 and just be there for a display only. And I'm hoping we can get Joe Foley involved in the World Finals. Hopefully next year, whether it be the main field or high jump, as we just really want to see Joe Foley back in the world, somewhere in the World Finals. Then we got Michael Pagliarulo. Michael's been getting big air all season long as well. Sad he's not in it this year, but hopefully if Michael can come out and just send it all next year, hopefully we can see him in that high jump competition. Alrighty, everybody. So now we got that out of the way. Then we also have gotten revealed who will be in what group that will be going on each day. Right here is your Friday racing lineup, and this will be your Saturday freestyle lineup. This group consists of Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash, Arando Castro and El Toro Loco, Tristan England, JCB Digatron, Blake Granger, Mossman Dalmatian, Jim Kohler and Avenger, Todd Leuke and Megalodon, Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo, Tyler Meningga and Gravedigger, Bari Mousau and Zombie, Colt Stevens and Thunderus, and Dalton Widner and Jurassic Attack. This group is definitely interesting out here, but I am a tiny bit disappointed. I think the groups should have switched places. I wish this group would freestyle on Friday for what I'm about to bring up with the next group. But this is definitely a really, really cool group of competitors out here. I think we definitely have to keep our eye out for Tristan England here in racing, as I think he's definitely got a pretty good shot at winning racing here out of this group. I mean, his probably biggest threats here in the racing competition out of everybody in this group are probably Tyler Meningga, Bari Mousau, and Dalton Widner are his biggest threats probably in racing here. But I think Tristan's going to have a pretty good shot here to try to get that racing win here out of everybody on this group here that will be racing on Friday. It's definitely going to be very interesting here with this group, and this group freestyling on Saturday as well, which gives them a major advantage here. I think the freestyle winner is going to come from this group out here. On Saturday, you can just go all out on freestyle and not have to worry about having to compete for the next day. So I really do like this group. I think somebody from this group could win freestyle. I definitely got my eyes here on Jim Kohler, Bari Mousau, and Colt Stevens in freestyle. Out of everybody on this group, they've all been freestyling really well this year here, and I'm really hoping we can see them somewhere in the winner's circle here, especially somebody like Jim Kohler or Bari Mousau. And Bari's been winning a championship for so long and has come up close. He really deserves a shot to win. And then, of course, Jim Kohler, a legend in this sport. It'd be really cool to see him pick up a third World Finals Freestyle Championship. Then the freestyle lineup for Friday, it's going to feature Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, Weston Anderson and Gravedigger, Zack Garner and Wildside, Cynthia Goodier and Lucas Stabilizer, Bryce Kenny and Monster Milk, Camden Murphy and Classroom Crusher, Michael Pagliarulo and Excalibur, Cody Soier and Dragon, Jamie Sullivan in Sparkle Smash, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, and your winner of the LCQ. Now, my problems with this is I don't think this group should be freestyling on Friday. If there are a lot of drivers on this group who, I really want to see go all out in freestyle. Drivers like Ryan Anderson, Weston Anderson, Zack Garner, Bryce Kenny, Camden Murphy, Michael Pagliarulo, and John Zimmer Jr. are all drivers I really kind of wanted to see freestyle on Saturday, so that way we can just see them burn it down and absolutely tear those trucks into pieces. Because these are the kind of drivers who would do that, but now they may not be able to do that because they got to worry about racing on the very next day. So I really don't think this was the good group here for freestyle. On Friday, I think these people should freestyle on Saturday, as I think that would make for a pretty interesting freestyle competition with this group. So I'm definitely really bummed, but I'm still sure. I think Ryan Anderson, and I really want to see Ryan Anderson go on Saturday. Come on, he's Ryan Anderson. We should let him have have him go last, close the show. Oh, as Ryan Anderson's kind of been known ever since 2018, we've seen Ryan Anderson close the show out in freestyle, and now this year we're going to see him go out freestyle middle of the pack here. Well, he may go last in the freestyle order, but like we take a look at the freestyle as a whole, it's probably one of the earliest we've seen Ryan Anderson go out, so he's going out more in the middle of the pack compared to seeing him go out last like we've seen him do at the past 5 Monster Jam World Finals. So that definitely is a tiny bit of a bummer, but I'm sure some of these drivers will still be able to burn it down. I'm sure the crews, they have very talented crew guys who will get these trucks fixed up and ready for racing on the next day. Next up, we got our first Encore stunt revealed, that being the JCB Digatron Smashbox stunt. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not really a huge fan of this Encore and this stunt, as it's another Spin Master promotion toy. Yet again, kind of like how we saw with the 30th anniversary stunt back in 2022, and with the Thunderus drop from 2023. It's another Spin Master toy promotion stunt. It may be interesting, but to be honest, hype for this Encore is not there for me. As I kind of did like last year's Encore is a bit better with the Sparkle Smash, Wall of Steel, and the Fortnite Battle Bus. Those are really cool. I kind of really wish maybe for a JCB Encore they could just get a bunch of JCB Digatrons out there, and they can all just freestyle, or they can all do synchronized 2-wheel skill moves with the maybe they should get like maybe 3 or 4 JCB Digatrons, and then get a bunch of the actual the Dancing Diggers, and then they all do like a synchronized like Encore with 2-wheel moves and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool, and probably a bit better than this, but it'll be all right. We'll have to see how this goes here, and we can always see what happens here. This weekend will be Tristan England's first time at a stunt, so that'll be really cool, and I cannot wait to see how he does. Next Encore, though, that definitely has got me a bit more interesting, is the Wreck Deck stunt, where we'll have Bryce Kenny be driving this all-new Wreck Deck Monster Jam truck, and he's going to do, I don't know what he's going to do for the Encore yet. He may go out there and do like a little freestyle for us, or try to do some skateboard tricks, which would be really cool to see, as we haven't really seen more of a freestyle type stunt in quite a long time. The closest thing we've gotten to a freestyle stunt within the past couple of years, ever since the pandemic, was the Fortnite stunt from last year, where Charlie Pauken kind of threw down a mini freestyle where he kept destroying the battle bus. So so this will be interesting. While the Wreck Deck truck isn't the best looking, it's kind of plain due to just having just a skateboard. It's almost like a board to be wild from Hot Wheels, almost copied into real life here with Wreck Deck, with the Tech Deck sponsorship here that Monster Jam has. This will be a Monster Jam's newest truck that will be driven by Bryce Kenny, and the skateboard truck, it looks alright. It's definitely creative, and we'll have to see how it goes here this year. And I can't wait to see what Bryce Kenny has in store for us, as this will be the Friday Encore, and then the Saturday Encore will be the JCB Smashbot stunt. We also got the expert judges revealed. We got Dennis Anderson, Tom Menson, Heavy D. It's great to see Dennis Anderson back at Monster Jam World Finals, considering he had no involvement at Monster Jam World Finals last year, which was a first in history, because we've seen Dennis Anderson appear at every single World Finals before that, whether if he was just a competitor or if he was there just to cheer on his kids or their fellow Gravedigger drivers, or if he was just there as a professional judge, or if he was there to do the King Sling display like how we saw him do in 2023. And it's definitely good to see Dennis Anderson back at the Monster Jam World Finals to be a part of it and be a guest judge. And we can always see how he does in judging. Tom Mentz is back here as a guest judge for the second year in a row. We really wish we could see Tom Mentz out on the track competing, but sadly will probably never ever happen again at the Monster Jam World Finals. But it's happy to see him as a judge again. I think he's going to do a good job here at judging here, especially since he's driven more in this modern day, kind of like Monster Jam ever since the post-pandemic. So I'm really excited to see how he'll do. Heavy D being back, it's really cool to see the Diesel brothers trying to come back here and Monster Jam have more involvement. And I hope we can see the Diesel brothers with Bro Dozer and Bro Camino. We really love to see them make their return on the track here as on the track here as competitors. I'd really love to see those. The trucks were really awesome to see. and I hope we can see them make their return. And then we have 2 TBA guest judges. My guesses for the TBA guest judges are Rosalie Raymer. I mean, Rosalie's been a guest judge at all the World Finals since 2022, so I'm going to guess she's going to be one of them. And of course, we have Heavy D as a guest judge, so of course you got to have Diesel Dave as well. And it would be very legendary as well if we can have Tom Mentz, Dennis Anderson, and Scott Douglas all judging the same exact Monster Jam World Finals competition. So I'm hoping we see maybe Scott Douglas as well. But my guess is Diesel Dave's definitely got to be one of the guest judges. And then the other guest judge, I'm really hoping it's Scott Douglas, but there's probably a pretty good chance that it will be Rosalie Raymer. Rosalie, actually, she didn't guest judge at World Finals in Orlando, but she did do the ones in Nashville and Inglewood. So I'm predicting she'll be back here yet again as an expert judge here for Salt Lake City. Next up, the format. As we already know, this format is not that good. Although we do have some more updates on the halftime show with DJ Malski. And we got the fireworks thing presented by Vet Tex for a fireworks show that on 4th of July. That'll be very interesting. We got a 6-hour pit party. The pit party is one of my favorite parts about the format. I cannot wait. While it may be hot out there, I cannot wait to meet everybody. I'll give us more time to meet as many people as we can and provide more content for the vlog coming out for you guys. I really wish we had the OG format back, but sadly it's not going to be the case this year. I hope the original peak World Finals format where we do racing one day and freestyle the next, I'm really hoping that can make a return next year, but we'll have to see how this year goes and give it a chance here. And one thing I also really don't like about the schedule here is what we do see here on Sunday. We do have the award ceremony, interestingly, for the first time since 2018 is actually taking place during the track side at the actual event. We're not hosting at some like Hard Rock Cafe or whatever we've done the past 4 World Finals that we've done for Orlando, Nashville, or Inglewood, as I'm guessing Salt Lake City doesn't have that kind of a cafe, a Hard Rock Cafe or something like that, to host an award show. That doesn't exist sadly in Salt Lake City. Kind of like how we didn't exist back during Vegas. So that'll be very interesting to see. I'm guessing I kind of wish they could have done on Sundays. I think the award show is the perfect way to end off the Monster Jam World Finals weekend. In my opinion, it's the perfect way to end it off compared to some golf event. I think that's more of a better way to end everything off with that award show. But sadly, that is not going to happen in this year. So hopefully, maybe at some point once we move World Finals out of Salt Lake City, and we can see the Monster Jam World Finals return award show being hosted in some venue, kind of like how we saw it back in Orlando, Nashville, and in Inglewood. All right, next up we got some more new paint schemes that have been unveiled for this event. First up, we got the yellow El Toro Loco, which will be back with the modern design. This looks really cool, and I cannot wait to see this in person and get unveiled on Thursday. Hey, Nitro Zombie is back for the first time since the Superstar Challenge, and in my opinion, they could have picked a better zombie body for, also I forgot to mention, MJ Solar Rio is going to run yellow El Toro Loco. That'll be very interesting to see. And then we have Nitro Zombie, which will be running with John Zimmer Sr. I mean, they probably could have picked a better zombie to run, a better zombie body. From what I heard, the Nitro Zombie, and in my opinion, Nitro Zombie is just not the best. I mean, it looks alright, but it's just definitely not the best zombie body. I think they could have maybe picked a better one. Like, I would have really loved to see either the green biker zombie or the fire zombie make a return to be the body, but sadly that didn't happen. Maybe next year Zimmer Sr. can run fire zombie at LCQ. Neon Red Thunderus is back. Very excited to see this one. This is a really cool looking truck. Cannot wait to see Tony Oaks represented well in the LCQ. We got the Stars and Stripes Gravedigger. And, this one, of all the new Stars and Stripes trucks that we're about to talk about, this one is my least favorite by far. As out of the Stars and Stripes trucks, I think the one that Hot Wheels made back in 2018 was better. I mean, the body looks good, but it's missing the one thing. They replaced the Ghost with a firework, which was a huge, huge mistake. They should have just done had some ghost face, that would look way better. The ghost is one of the most iconic parts of Gravedigger, and to remove it just is just kind of wrong. So you know, I really wish we had the ghost face instead, but sadly, that will not happen. And this is the body we have. We have Stars and Stripes El Toro Loco. Also, by the way, Stars and Stripes Gravedigger will be run by Matt Cody in the LCQ. We have Stars and Stripes El Toro Loco as well. This will be run by Fernando Martinez. This one looks really awesome. I like the light blue. When I saw this, I got El Toro Loco Ice 5. So this is a very nice light blue color we have, which looks really great on the truck. I love the flames as well, the red, white, and blue flames, and all the stars on the truck. It looks really good on this new body, and I can't wait to see how it looks in person. Then, of course, all my favorite bodies for Stars and Stripes, we got the American, the America Megalodon on. This is my favorite one out of all of them. This one looks really good. Then I got to see it in person back in Atlanta, and it looked really cool. And I really enjoyed seeing this body run throughout the quarter 3 shows, or actually towards the end of not quarter 3, but towards the end of the season. And this year, and Todd did a decent job in it, and I cannot wait to see what Todd Leuke has in store for us in Stars and Stripes Megalodon in the Monster Jam World Finals main field. And here's round 2 of all the new designs. JCB Digatron is going to be debuting a brand new 80th anniversary scheme, which looks alright. I think the original JCB Digatron looks a bit better. But this is still pretty interesting. Can't we see what Tristan England has in store for us? Kind of looks like a McDonald's JCB Digatron. So I'm going to kind of nickname this paint scheme the JCB McDigatron. I don't know, maybe JCB Digatron should do a collaboration with McDonald's, do the JCB McDonald's meal. That'd be pretty cool to see. But yeah, but this design looks alright. Can't wait to see how it looks in person. Weston Anderson will be driving the Red Primer Gravedigger. This is huge as we're getting new Gravedigger, as we're bringing back old school Gravedigger bodies this year for Monster Jam World Finals, which is something I wasn't expecting them to do this year. I thought they were going to bring back the colored bodies from last year. I thought they were going to save up something like this maybe for the 45th anniversary in 2027 for World Finals 27, but that's not going to happen. And we're going to instead get these bodies. So this will be very interesting to see. Can't wait to see how Weston Anderson will do in the red primer. I think he drove the red primer at least for the Encore in 2022. So it'll be very interesting to see how Weston Anderson does in that. We have Kristen Anderson, Grandma Gravedigger. Excited to see her back in this truck. She definitely fits this truck really, really well. And I cannot wait to see how her performance will be with this truck, as she did pretty well in it when she drove it in the Encore back in 2017 for the Monster Jam World Finals 18. So I'm excited to see how she'll do in it at World Finals in the main field. We got Kayla Blood and this brand new yellow, I don't know what to call it, Sparkle Smash. I mean, this body, I mean, it is not the best body. Probably one of my least favorite out of all these new World Finals designs that we're getting this year. This one's probably one of my least favorite ones. It's down there at the bottom with my least favorite. It's down there Nitro Zombie and Stars and Stripes Gravedigger. So, you know, but we'll definitely have to see how it will see in person. I think, in my opinion, for the Sparkle Smash body, they should have done this year at World Finals. They should have either done a Stars and Stripes body Sparkle Smash. I think that would have looked cool. They should have done the National Unicorn Day body that we saw the Superstore release. Or they should have done Neon Sparkle Smash as well. But I'm very excited to see how this will look. It's definitely be very interesting. Maybe it'll look better in person, because sometimes trucks will look better in person compared to renders. And I really do like how it has pink beadlocks as well. Tyler Meningga will be driving a new updated Gravedigger scheme with updated tombstones that will have his name on it. We're going to update tombstones to have more updated. Now with added more new trucks on there, like maybe Classroom Crusher, JCB Digatron, Thunderus, Lucas Stabilizer, and put in on there make it more modern with a new modern body. And then lastly, we have Adam Anderson will be driving Gravedigger the Legend. This is my favorite one so far out of all the announcements. I'm excited to see how Adam will do in Gravedigger the Legend, as it's finally back after 10 years. Gravedigger the Legend is back, and I'm excited to see how Adam will do in that body. and do with that truck. I don't know what chassis he's running on yet. It'd be very peak if he ran the truck with the black chassis with the black beadlocks, and it'd be even cool if he had zoomies on the truck as well. But I don't think that'll happen. He'll probably just run it on the Gravedigger 42 chassis, and it's probably going to be a green chassis and not black. But it's still very exciting to see the Legend return. It's probably my favorite thing we got to see announced from Austrian World Finals. That Gravedigger the Legend is back, and I'm super happy to see how Adam will do with that. I hope Adam gets a championship in it, and I hope Adam Anderson burns it down in Gravedigger the Legend. And also, we do have a bunch of independent schemes that are also going to be getting unveiled at World Finals as well. We don't know anything about it. I do know that, first off, Team Scream, they've got a new Avenger body, of course, coming up. Can't wait to see what Jim Kohler will rock out at Monster Jam World Finals. Team Throttle Monster is going to have a brand new truck that will be getting unveiled. Now, we cannot wait to see what will happen. There could also be other new paint schemes for maybe Vendetta, Velociraptor, or Jurassic Attack. That could also debut. We never know. And then we also have for Team Tom, Team Overboard. You know, there's always a chance for a new Black Pearl body. There's possibilities that there are other independent designs that aren't confirmed that will be getting new designs. We could possibly get a new Black Pearl body. We're confirmed we're getting a brand new Wild Side as well. Oh, a new Wild Side body for Tomfoolery Motorsports. That's probably the team I'm most excited about to see there on unveils is Tomfoolery. As we get a new body for Jester, a new body for Kraken, a new body for Excalibur. And Brooke Pagliarulo will be debuting a brand new truck, her own concept, which I'm very, very, very excited to see what that will look like at Monster Jam World Finals. Ascendant Motorsports, Terminal Velocity is going to be getting a new body as well. That is confirmed. Then for the Robbins trucks, we're confirmed that Plain Crazy with Montana Robbins will get a new design. There's also a chance it could get a new design maybe for Crazy Train. And there's also still the possibility out there for new designs for Just Get Her Done too as well, but we'll have to see as when the event happens. They just may not be announced yet, and they may not be getting special unveils like some of the other stuff. And there's not that much else for unveils. Cannot wait to see what everybody will have in store. There's also the brand new, although it's not going to be new because we did see it compete in Athens. But there is a brand new Raminator design that is yellow. Excited to see what that will look like in person. And there's also the brand new Hall Brothers truck called Ram Redemption that will also be there at World Finals, and we cannot wait to see that as well on display. And that's going to be it for new designs, and that is going to be it here for this video. Monster Jam World Finals this week, and we're very excited for it. I cannot wait to bring you guys all the action. This is, I guess you can say, the second video, part of the World Finals series. Our first video we uploaded over 3 months ago with the World Finals prediction lineup, and now here we are with the analysis video for World Finals content we have in the future. Tomorrow on Wednesday, we're going to be trying to do a at the stadium vlog and see what's going on there. And Thursday, we're going to try to do a pit party vlog for the LCQ. We're going to bring you all the action as well from the LCQ, and maybe try to do a Thursday at the stadium vlog. Friday, we got a pit party vlog as well as the separate video for each of the competitions for racing, two-wheel skills, and freestyle. Then Saturday, we got pit party vlog. We have pit party vlog. Then of course the main show as well with the racing, high jump, and freestyle, and the encore as well. Well, and of course we're gonna be uploading separate videos. We want to make our videos as short as possible, so that way we don't not get copyrighted from Feld. And it's gonna be a fun week for content. And then of course after that, a week after the World Finals is over, we're going to be uploading my World Finals analysis video where I'll analyze and give all my thoughts on the event once I get back home. But we're leaving soon for Salt Lake City. I'm very excited for it. And also, please be sure, everybody, that you stay tuned to my Instagram link in the description for that. So you can see all my posts I'll be making on Instagram where you guys can, where I'll keep you guys up to date for results and highlights, and as well as where I'm at on my road and my trip to Salt Lake City. And so be sure to stay tuned for that. And there's not much else. Everybody be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you guys know if more Monster Jam World Finals content comes to you this week, because it's going to be very exciting, and I'm very excited for my 5th ever Monster Jam World Finals. And everybody have a God bless day, and hope to see all you Monster Jam fans in Salt Lake City for World Finals. And I can't wait to see what happens this week. Peace out, everybody, and I can't wait to see you all there.